Okay, so the last 2 weeks have put Smackdown in a pretty strong position. However, going into the Royal Rumble, I am determined to prove that Raw is the A show.
Everywhere I go, there's nowhere I belong. Can anyone just tell me where will I find? 'Cause everywhere I go, I'm always on my own. Can anyone just catch me before I drown? Can anybody make me feel like I'm not the stranger tonight?
Hello ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to another 04 War episode. This is episode 3 of this TW 2020 extravaganza. It is basically a network save. It's me versus Stuart Irvine, 2004 WWE. I am the flagship show Monday Night Raw. Well, he's of course the blue brand Smackdown. And yeah, he's won the first 2 weeks, which means if I don't win tonight, he gets the Royal Rumble winner. I've got to give my very best, but it's looking unlikely at this point. I'm going to have to start drafting up other brands. But this brand right here, Monday Night Raw, is the best. We're going to make it the best. Even if it's a longer term project, we'll see. Let's win tonight. We got this. We got this. Confident. My confidence is at an all-time low right now. This is ridiculous. Stuart's confident. We'll start with Monday Night Raw and hopefully put on a good show. Okay. That's a good start to the Revolution.
Not bad. 70
segment rating. Rey Mysterio and Chavo Guerrero cut a promo on Team Mattitude. It's going to be Rey versus Chavo. Rey and Chavo versus Matt Hardy and Shannon Moore in the opener. And we explain it here. After last week where Rey was attacked by the two after the US title match, Chavo came out to make the save. Rey has asked for this match. Chavo stepped up as his partner. Rey and Chavo in the opener teaming together. 70-minute segment is pretty good considering Rey's never been a real promo guy. Chavo's a good promo guy. Matt Hardy's a good promo guy. I know he's not having a promo here, but considering Rey's in this, like Rey's never really cut a good promo. If we're honest.
No, but it's not awful, is it? It's like it's been pretty good, but again, it's always been his in-win, his ability in the ring that's always sold him.
Yeah. So 70, that's pretty good. The match itself, then, to kick us off, gets us a 61. Okay, so that's not terrible. Look, I think Shannon Moore's in it. Matt Hardy was off his game.
But I like the idea that Rey's the higher rate of 78. Is it 78?
Yeah. 78. Rey's putting in some good performances. Pretty good from Chavo too, 69. So like, we're building towards Rey versus Chavo at the Royal Rumble, which we'll get to in just a second. But if Rey puts in a 78 and Chavo puts in a 69 at the Rumble, we're getting a 75 match? That's pretty good for a Cruiserweight title match.
They've got potential. I can see them doing a little bit better, because if they can get a tag match, they can probably do better one-on-one.
I'm going to hand all the changes to Shannon Moore. Shannon Moore, I'm just going to change his gimmick from an underdog, which is a babyface gimmick, to a sidekick, which is what he is now for Matt Hardy. So that should make a bit more sense. But yeah, that's not a bad opener. I was hoping for maybe a 65, 66. Matt Hardy's brought this down, to be honest with you. Matt Hardy can put in a 65. Matt Hardy's as good as Chavo Guerrero at the moment on this save to me, but he's kind of let us down a bit there. Interesting again, Jerry Lawler and Taz really clashed, so Taz might have to be brought off the announce team, We could make Taz a good heel manager for someone there. We'll see.
Works in real life.
Right. Next up, the post-match angle for a 72. So the storyline between these two is working. Chavo Guerrero gets on the mic, he says, "Now I've proven myself, really, haven't I? Last week I saved you. Tonight I got the win," because I brushed over this, didn't I? Chavo got the win over Shannon Moore. Chavo says, "I've proven myself. Now give me a title shot." Rey Mysterio says yes, puts his hand out. They shake hands as two babyface friends for the title. Vince McMahon comes out and says, "Oh, he likes this, likes the idea of this," and makes the match official. So Rey versus Chavo for the Cruiserweight title at the Royal Rumble. I think it'll be a good match. I'm hoping so. 72, another pretty good segment actually. Not bad, to be fair. I'll take it. Right, moving on. I haven't got my thing loaded, so it's fine. Oh yes, Rosie cut a 66 promo here on Brock Lesnar.
Not bad.
Wow, he's a 38 popularity, so that's really good. Rosie arrives here alone. He tells Gene Okerlund he's left the Hurricane in the hospital bed recuperating, but it's okay because he will deal with the big bad Brock Lesnar, the Mad Titan Brock Lesnar, tonight. Yes, Mad Titan is a superhero reference. You're welcome. Right. The APA cut a promo on their tag team title opponents tonight. Batista and Flair defend the title against the APA. 60 for this is okay. I kind of want a bit better. I think we're going to see better promos from Bradshaw as the save goes on and what we do with him. Ron Simmons is kind of the problem bringing this down. APA say they need to get focused tonight on Evolution, not have their mind distracted elsewhere. And Bradshaw warns Orton not to get involved tonight.
Okay.
Setting the scene.
Just one thing, I thought you're kind of annoyed that Ron Simmons is bad at talking. It's kind of Ron Simmons not really a talker, is he?
I know what you mean, but I think he's better than. I don't think he's a bad promo.
Nah,
I think we're on about Rey Mysterio. I think Simmons is a better promo than Rey, personally, but I don't know. This will do. Anyway, this will do.
It's fine.
Okay, we're going to go from there to John Cena coming to the ring, wraps his way to the ring, talks about how he's going to throw 29 others over in 2 weeks at the Royal Rumble, but tonight he wants to show off. So he says anybody who's in the Royal Rumble can come out right now for an open challenge, and it's answered by Mark Jindrak. Okay. And even the game's rubbed it in here by saying Mark Jindrak was very underwhelming, admittedly, right? But this still got a 65, so really good stuff from Cena, right? Who's the flavour of the month. It's going to be Cena versus Jindrak next, and it's a good win for John Cena. 56 isn't great. Mark Jindrak has brought that down there.
Well, I mean, is he up there with Matt Morgan in the moment where he's like had his opportunity and
kind of a little bit, but he is going to get another opportunity next week, which we'll get to in a bit. John Cena beats Mark Jindrak 4 minutes. Not a lot of time, to be fair. A 71 performance from Cena is good. That's Cena. This is a Cena sort of match to me as well, considering we made it short. He gets in, gets to do his stuff, show off his personality here. This isn't about his wrestling ability. It's about his personality, and it works. Okay. I kind of was hoping a bit better, so we'll see. But yeah, Cena beats Jindrak. After the match, well, the numbers game catches up to John Cena. Jindrak and Cade put the boots to him for a 50. That's not great. The heels are bringing it down here. The roster on Raw, I will say, I've drafted pretty well, but there is a big gap between my main event and my mid card. If that makes sense.
Yeah, I mean, to be fair, you've got a lot of people for the future type stuff, so it's like you've got a lot of you got to do a lot more work, maybe. To build that up. We'll
see. The heels leave John Cena lane. We'll go to a video package here on Kane. Only a 61. That's low. That's mean. Kane is being interrogated, is what's happening here, by the distorted voice we've heard before. The distorted voice is talking about how Kane's insecure. He's always been insecure because he is the brother that was never loved. Right? He's the brother that was left in the flames. So these insecurities are coming out in these recent sins, and we showed some of the things that Kane's done over the last year. You know what I mean? Beating up Linda or whatever he did, setting JR on fire and all this nonsense. And the voice says, Kane needs to do better. I want you to do better, Kane. So who's talking to Kane? We'll see. 61. Yeah, that's mean. Goldberg cut a promo for a 76. How is a Goldberg promo better than a video package for Kane? Absolutely ridiculous.
Was it a short promo?
It was a short promo.
Yeah, that's right.
He's asked about a Royal Rumble threats, talking about obviously people that have already qualified, like Cena and Kane and Batista and Orton, potentially. That was a spoiler. Anyway, he says he's not worried about the threats, and he says if someone wants to step up next week, then they can. And if you do step up, just know that you're next. 76. Yeah, that's pretty good from Goldberg, actually. It's better than I thought it would be. Big Show promo on Shane McMahon for 75. It's a promo-heavy show this week, to be fair. This is a pretty good promo, actually. He said, even though Shane has stacked the deck from the moment he's turned up on Monday Night Raw, they took my United States Championship away from me. They ruined my title opportunity. They made me beat 2 guys to qualify for the Royal Rumble. Despite all of that, Big Show says he's going to win the Royal Rumble and rub Shane McMahon's face in it. 75, pretty good promo. Some people would say Big Show's complaining there, though. Just saying, some people would say.
A little bit.
Randy Orton is going to qualify for the Royal Rumble, beating Maven. Only a 68 here. Orton hasn't performed how I'd like him to there. Orton at a 69 has basically done the bet. He's done exactly what's expected of him and nothing more. If that makes sense.
To be fair, as it says, it's that's for what he's level at the moment. That's good, but I guess you want more from him, right?
Well, look, Orton and Cena are a similar level. Cena's probably a slight level below, just a tiny bit. Cena's outperformed Orton this week in terms of the match, in terms of the in-ring performances. The match rating's better though, 68, because Maven is a pretty good talent actually. Like, as much as Orton's carried it, which he has, Maven's put in a decent enough performance to get it to 68 as well. So it is what it is. Orton wins with a RKO, 3 most dangerous letters in sports entertainment in the future anyway. Yeah, Orton wins. That's fine. But after the match, Mean Gene cuts a promo on... Mean Gene interviews Evolution and Randy Orton. 69 again for this. We're hitting a level here. This show, isn't it? It's hitting a level, but it's not hitting the level it needs to hit. He asked Orton why. Yeah, Mean Gene in his cheeky way. I can see Mean Gene doing this, right? He asked Randy Orton, why would Randy Orton want to work twice at the Royal Rumble? Because that's what he's doing, right? By now qualifying for the Rumble, he's taking on Bradshaw for the Intercontinental title, and then he's wrestling in the Royal Rumble. And Mean Gene's like, why would you want to do that? And Orton says, it's very simple. I'll deal with that overrated Bradshaw very, very quickly. And then I take my place at the top. Because the future is no longer in the distance. The future is now. To steal an NXT phrase, which is quite nice considering it's a dig at Triple H, right?
Yeah.
Backstage, we see that the APA were watching the promo on the TV, and Farouk is doing his best to calm down Bradshaw, who is losing his shit at the overrated comment. Randy Orton is getting in the head of Bradshaw early tonight. Okay. Should we have a Hurricane Hospital update?
Why not?
Well, turns out Hurricane isn't at the hospital. The nurses have found that he's made up a comedic doll type thing. You know, you've seen TV, you know what I mean. Turns out the Hurricane is not at the hospital. The Hurricane, where is he? 71 for this, by the way. For all the people that are giving me shit about the Hurricane, that is a very good segment rating.
To be fair, I've said nothing before he starts.
Right, next up, should we have a steel cage match? That's right. It's Brock Lesnar versus Rosie inside the steel cage. Rosie looking to banish the Mad Titan away from the Monday Night Raw.
Do you like that name?
Will it work? Well, no. 78, Brock Lesnar, you legend. Wow. Brock Lesnar's put in a 94 performance. Do you know when we actually decide to put him in with a good wrestler? We may be looking at match of the year.
Possibly. But
we only gave...
Brock was killing it in 2004, so it's no surprise there in the ratings that he was getting high up. But yeah, congrats, man. That's good.
Brock defeats Rosie inside 4 minutes because Rosie can't work 5 minutes. He can only work maximum 5 minutes in a steel cage with the wild brawl we had on here, which probably did boost it for these two, actually. Like, Brock works at his best when he's brawling in a way. Lack of psychology in a 4-minute match. Yeah. The Twitch comments just pointed that out to me. That's mean, isn't it? It's 4 minutes. It's not even that.
Yeah.
Ridiculous.
The game punishes you on weird stuff on this thing.
It tends
sometimes.
to, yeah. That's pretty good. But that's not the segment that people are going to remember. The segment that people are going to remember is after the match. Brock Lesnar is beating down Rosie. He's made sure the referees locked the door, and he's going to really punish Rosie, take out his frustrations on him, right? Well, not take out his frustration, he's just kind of having fun, like he was in the last few weeks. This is Brock Lesnar. He likes hurting people, right? So Brock Lesnar is destroying Rosie when all of a sudden the crowd start to cheer. And the crowd are looking around and they're looking within themselves. Because coming through the crowd, Stuart, I'll say this again just like I did on Twitch. Is it a bird? Is it a plane, Stuart? No, it's the Hurricane. That's right. He comes down. This is ridiculous. He comes down to ringside. He jumps the barricade. He climbs up the steel cage, and he's standing atop the steel cage with Brock Lesnar just sort of looking at him, very bemused, like, "What are you doing, you little fool?" Right? And just at that moment, Rosie gets back to his feet, stumbles to his feet, blood dripping down his face, to try and attack Brock again. The distraction allows the Hurricane to come off the top rope. Only a 67 is a joke. That's a joke. This is an angle for the ages. The Hurricane comes off the top of the steel cage with a flying crossbody to take out the WWE champion. Brock sells this like he's been shot by a bullet, right? And Vince McMahon's music hits. Vince comes out and says, "That was impressive. I enjoyed that. So I want to see it again at the Royal Rumble for the WWE Championship." He makes the goddamn match. It's Brock versus the Hurricane for the title. I can't. What is wrong with me?
Well, to be fair,
what's wrong with me sometimes?
Well, to be fair, you say that, but then it might get a good score because I got a good score with like Rosie. Wonder what I do with Hurricane. Maybe you might.
Twitch chat have just pointed out. Second time I'm going to say it in the video. 100 should have been. You're damn right. 100 should have been. Absolute joke. 67. The game hates me. Anyway, after that bit of fun, let's move on. John Cena cuts a promo backstage challenging Garrison Cade and Mark Jindrak to a tag team match next week, where actually he just wants the both of them in the ring. Booker T comes up and says, "Look, I respect your hustle. I respect what you're trying to do. So I'm going to offer you something. I'm going to offer you me next week. How's about it's John Cena and Booker T versus Cade and Jindrak?" So the match is made. That should be an interesting tag match. Let's see if the heels can hold up. And I mean, Booker being in there will be really, really a boost to the match. So let's see what happens with them guys.
You would hope.
Shane McMahon is interviewed by Gene Oakland about Big Show's previous comments. Okay? And Stuart likes this line. Shane McMahon says he's not sure why Brock Lesnar, Big Show, is complaining. It's probably because he's looking for an excuse as to why Big Show is the most insignificant giant in wrestling history.
Yeah, that's a good line. I like that line. And it cuts deep as well, doesn't it?
But Shane McMahon pays for that line because here comes the Big Show behind him to attack for a 72 rate segment. That's not bad, actually. Big Show choke slams Shane McMahon, one of the authority figures, remember, choke slams him on a metal box. Shane suffers what they act is quite a serious neck injury here. Serious voices from the commentators. Big Show has attacked Shane McMahon. It was coming. Shane had it coming, I think.
I mean, with that line, I mean, come on. I mean, Big Show's short fuse at the moment, so yeah, I shouldn't have said that. But yeah, 72, it's not bad. It's good.
56 for this. This is not great, but it's okay. This is the lower to mid card. It's fine. A-Train tells Tess, "Look, I get that you're not quite sure about whether we should, bring the band back together. But I want to convince you. How about next week I take the challenge? The challenge laid down earlier tonight by Goldberg." That's right. A-Train wants to prove himself by beating Goldberg next week. So it's A-Train versus Goldberg next week.
Bold. It's a bold.
That's a bold claim from A-Train there.
Well, you know what they say, fortune favours the bold, so you never know.
Right, main event time. I don't know what this show rating is going to be, but this main event's going to have a big say in it. It's for the World Tag Team Championships. It is Evolution, Batista, and the Nature Boy, Ric Flair, defending against the APA. So the two big brawlers, Bradshaw and Ron Simmons, or Farouk, whatever his actual name is at this point. Are we going to see new tag team champions? Your winners. And still, whoa, we've gone quick. We've gone too far.
Go back.
Double clicked. I can't go back. Look, well, I don't know what. I genuinely didn't see what that match did, so this is going to be interesting. Let's get to the match bit first. Still World Tag Team Champions, Evolution. Batista pins Ron Simmons here because during the match, Randy Orton comes out distracting Bradshaw. Bradshaw chases him to the back, leaving Ron Simmons on his own with Evolution, with the Animal. And that doesn't bode well for Ron Simmons. Batista gets the win. Evolution keep their titles. After the match, with no Bradshaw on the scene, Ric Flair and Batista think, we could take this guy out right now and completely take him out of our worries. But the pop for the music of Shawn will hopefully be big because Shawn Michaels comes down to make the save. 73 for the segment. I don't know what the match has done, so let's find out and let's see what the show rating has done. I can't call this one. There's some good stuff on here, but also some odd stuff. So I don't know what it'll do. If I was to guess, I'd guess around a 73.
76 or 8 maybe. So you have got a lot of good 70s, so maybe.
We'll see. Right, let's find out. 72. I was close. The main event got a 68, so that brought us down a little bit. I was hoping that would get a 74, 75. Flair couldn't quite do it. Which is really interesting because, as I just said on Twitch, last week, or the week before actually, Batista and Flair got, 74 out of Paul London and Brian Kendrick. So against the APA, they couldn't perform as well, which is interesting. But still, 72, it's not a terrible week, right?
I mean, of course it isn't. It's like anything. It's like at the moment, it's 70, was it 75 last week? 78.
And
so it's like consistency. Consistency wins the race, right?
The problem is, right, I changed the main event for this week.
Oh, no.
My original main event was Brock and Rosie in a cage.
I got him. I got into his head. That's what it is. It's because of my show last week. It got in your head.
I thought go with the name value of Ric Flair in the main event.
Mind game's working yet again.
Right,
well, okay.
Smackdown opens with a 97 segment rating. Okay, Triple H and Kurt Angle.
Yes, so pretty much what this starts off with Triple H, comes to the ring, gloating because obviously of his vicious attack on Kurt last week, talking about showing it like this is my show now, and Kurt saying he's going to take over. It's not happening. This is my show. All that kind of nice stuff. But before we could really gloat, Kurt Angle's music hits, and obviously as we've still got the paranoid, cowardly Triple H. I wish we had JR because this is the perfect thing to say. Run like a scolded dog. Yeah. Foodie crowd. Kurt Angle in pursuit. And obviously after this we'll do in real life. They would do like a replay. Then we go back to backstage with Triple H. Run into his limo because obviously he's going to have a limo. He's the champ. Just about getting the limo. The limo drives off. Kurt Angle just misses him. He is furious. But Triple H gets away, but basically Kurt's pissed. Triple H is running like
a scolded dog.
Yeah.
That's a good start to the show. A hot start to the show. Will his first match back it up though? Because it's Lita versus Jazz, and he gets a 53. Okay. Game on here, boys. Game on. Go on.
I'm not against that. I mean, to be fair, this is more
good.
of a. I think again, it's always going to be because I'm putting more. I'm on the women's division more than maybe some people would be. Mm-hmm. But yeah, I mean, again, Jazz is good at this point. Lita's pretty good as well. Yeah, I like this kind of. It's a distraction thing, like distraction with obviously. We all know Gail, Kim, and Jazz are kind of like a team at this point. Obviously, it's just going to be like kind of a simple Lita's distracted. Turns around and we get a nice roll up. Maybe we could do, pull the tights or put foot on the ropes, that kind of stuff. So kind of protects Lita. But yeah, I think with Jazz and Gail Kim being in these segments, they've got to get a big win at some point, right? Why not do it here?
I mean, it's an interesting booking choice. Lita did okay with a 62, Jazz 41 and off a game, so she hasn't really rewarded your booking with a good performance, which is a bit of a shame. But still, she gets a win. I do like that you're booking them. Not just because, in theory, it's going to help my chances at the moment, but I like that you're also looking long term. Like these guys build them up, right? So, post match angle for these guys, I think. Am I right?
Let's look.
Oh no, sorry. We're going to a Eddie Guerrero promo.
Yes, basically it's going to be kind of Eddie Guerrero, kind of big, kind of talking about Chris Jericho in a sense, but more talking about United States champion. He was champion. He was the first ever, if I remember. Was it United States champion when it was brought back? And he says he loved being champion, the best thing, and he would love to be champion again. And also bigs up kind of Christian as well. That's in it. I probably didn't put there, but it's kind of bigging him up, saying he's a great wrestler, but he's no match for Latino Heat. And and then by the end of that segment, I like the idea of like the camera just picks up Chris Jericho, looking in the background, not happy at all. So like kind of like where someone's they walk off and then it's like all of a sudden you see the camera stays firm and sees Chris Jericho looking. Oh, you saying that about me?
Creepy stalker Jericho, the best character.
well, 80
for that, and that's pretty good. Okay, so we go from that to Kurt Angle in the office of Mick Foley. 83. Oh, he's nailing this week again, boys. I'm sorry.
But anyway, yeah. So basically, it's like Kurt Angle burst into Mick Foley's office, kind of going like, okay, he's furious. He wanted to take out his frustrations on Triple H, but he ran away. So he needs competition. He needs to take out his frustrations in a competitive way. So basically, Mick saying, oh, okay, I'll find something. And all of a sudden, Lance Storm comes in.
Oh, the coincidence.
God, I love coincidences, right? God, I love it. But yeah, so obviously then Lance Storm. Unless I do a thing where he's waiting outside the door, why not? Coming in, sitting and going, oh, you can want competition. I need, I'll take you on tonight. And obviously, you got Mick Foley. Mick Foley going, okay, I like this. Okay, you two face off tonight, and they both kind of smile. It's like, yeah, I'm liking this idea, and they both walk out. So. I don't know. Just Lance Storm done well last week.
Yeah, I think it's a good matchup to book as well. It's still real to me though, damn it. So, right, okay, that's fine. And then, Kurt Angle's not the only one to barge into Mick's office. Lita does the same. 63 for this isn't bad at all,
I'm liking that. But obviously we had to do in where I booked it was supposed to be like this cool little thing where the camera follows Lance Storm and Kurt Angle out. But then kind of like, oh, Lita's coming in and follows her in to like show that it's like a busy office, if you know what I mean.
Yes.
Mick Foley's like, all these people barging into his office. Anybody else that would be fuming, but not Mick. Mick's fine. He's all happy with it. But basically it's all a situation of like Lita comes in saying, I'm fed up of this Gail, Kim and Jazz getting in my business. I'm fed up with them getting involved in match. So I want them both next week. And, Mick's going, okay, but next week's not just going to be a 2-on-1, it's going to be a tag team match with yourself and Trish Stratus teaming up to go against Jazz and Gail Kim.
Trish and Lita on the same team.
I mean, Lita's very happy because obviously at this point,
they're friends.
I'm sure I'm sure this is the year when they done the women's main event on Raw.
Yeah, they did in 2004, so that's good. 63 for that is pretty good. Okay, let's go to a semi-final, shall we? Semi-final of the United States Championship Tournament. It is Shelton Benjamin versus Rob Van Dam. Stuart takes away. Who is going to be in the final? Your winner.
And your winner, and going into the final, is Mr. Thursday Nights, Rob Van Dam.
Okay, 76 for that is actually a little lower than I thought it would be, weirdly.
Yeah, I mean, I think.
Van Dam, like we said about Orton in the Raw one, that Orton did what was expected and nothing more. I feel like that's what Van Dam's done there.
Possibly. I mean, to be fair, it's interesting. So I haven't really put him against any like the big ones, like Triple H, or like, I put him in tag matches, but I haven't put him against. So when you think of the level he's at the moment with the people he's gone against, that's good.
Yeah, it's still a very good match. 76, very good match. I would have taken it, so I've got no. I'm not saying it's bad. I actually thought Van Dam would pull off an 84, 85 there. Benjamin 67 is okay. I feel like he performed better last week as well, but interesting booking here. Van Dam through to the final.
Yeah, I mean, I just think, yeah, why not? It's Van Dam. He's awesome by 2004, and also, it instead of putting the big names in the US title scene, it'd be interesting to see the up and coming names in the US title scene. Kind of what it's supposed to be anyway. So
I mean, I'd argue Van Dam's a big name, but I know what you mean. Van Dam through clean victory as well over Shelton. Who will he face? We'll find out later on, whether it be Eddie Guerrero or Christian. Okay, that's not bad. 76, pretty good. Backstage segment then.
Yeah, this one.
This one.
I mean, to be fair, this one was kind of a situation with kind of.
Oh, no, it's fine. It's cool. I'm reading Pat Patterson. That's just a name. Pat Patterson wasn't part of the thing. It was a game.
Yeah, that wasn't nothing I wrote, but like okay, okay. So basically, this situation is more like Shelton Benjamin, like we kind of like cut. Well, I don't know how we do it, but situation backstage, kind of with Charlie Haas going, he's frustrated. He knew he could beat Van Dam tonight, and he lost. And he's frustrated, and he's like, and then Haas is kind of going, oh, we can go back to the tag team stuff, and then to surprise obviously you and a lot of people would be, it's like Paul Heyman comes out of nowhere, kind of going, you know what, I wait you both, like I want to get back into the management scene, like if you're with me, I can make you champions in 2 months, trust me, and then gives him his card, like he's like the old Paul Heyman agent, and kind of walks off. So kind of like the idea of Paul Heyman being like, he's starting to recruit again. He's on the announce team, but he's starting to recruit again.
I have no idea what he's planning to do, but I do like the idea of Paul Heyman having his own little stable on SmackDown, like a new dangerous alliance. Ooh. And why am I giving him ideas? Moving on. Right.
Oh, thanks for that, man. Great idea.
Rhino in a backstage segment.
Yeah, I feel pretty good actually when I thought. Basically, this was because obviously we were set up last week. Obviously, Rhino and Billy Gunn. Obviously, we got Rhino walking to the ring, getting ready for his match. But then he got Hardcore. He stopped him on the way to his match, saying, "If you need help tonight, if you need anyone to back you up, give me a call. Let me know."
Potential heel turn for Hardcore Holly potentially then on his way. Lance Storm cuts a promo on the match against Kurt Angle. Oh wait. The match first was Billy Gunn versus Rhino.
I've written it wrong. Don't worry, it's fine now. But you booked it. It's fine.
No, it's fine. I read it wrong. It's cool. Billy Gunn versus Rhino though. Rhino getting a win.
Yeah, but this again, I went doing a bit too much distraction finishes there. But yeah, this is more of a situation of it's kind of a hard hitting match. Again, obviously with the thing I just set up with Hardcore Holly, he kind of gets involved because obviously. Chuck, I'm just going to call him Chuck. Chuck's with him as well, so he's going to be there. So he's kind of here to back him up. So we have a situation where Hardcore distracts Billy Gunn, and then boom, a gore. Who doesn't like a gore? By Rhino gets the win. So
what is interesting to me in this? A couple of things. Like when I think about it, the fact that Billy Gunn and Chuck Palumbo, Billy and Chuck are the baby faces in this, and Rhino and potentially Hardcore Holly are going to be the heels in this. I feel like it like when I look at them, I go, "Oh, it's got to be the other way around then, right?" Billy and Chuck feel like heels to me. Is it just me?
I mean, to be fair, they never booked them like that.
No. It's just their characters. The other interesting thing, Rhino in-ring performance of 69. Ooh, we did put this one as the Wild Brawl, right?
Yeah.
So Rhino in a brawl. Good performance from him, which isn't.
Yeah, pretty much. I'm pretty happy.
Surprise, really.
To be fair, it's right. If you know from people from previous saves, all know that everyone loves Rhino's pretty good. So, and this is before the other save we did. So this 2004. So he's still quite good. So
last week there was an anomaly on your show. Christian cut a promo on Rikishi and got a 91. This week he's cutting a promo on Eddie Guerrero. This has to be a 108 segment, or the game is inconsistent. I'm just saying.
We'll find out. We'll find out if it was just like timing or whatever. So we'll find out.
Christian promo and Eddie gets a 77.
It was an anomaly. It was okay.
Christian was I don't know what happened last week. But...
Positioning, who was doing a promo against, we don't know. But so to be fair, that's more of his level, isn't it? 77.
Yeah, it's still a pretty good promo.
Yeah, I mean, this kind of sets up kind of Christian kind of promise. The same thing as said last week. The same thing with he's promising to his peeps that once that United States Championship, he's going to be United States champion. He wants to be again, and Eddie Guerrero will not stop him. And obviously, we've still got the thing with Christian and Chris Jericho as tag team or kind of friends. and obviously wants to get a bit of revenge on Eddie Guerrero for the kind of stuff and things he's been saying about his good friend Chris Jericho. So he's gonna destroy him tonight, and he's gonna beat him. So
of course, he's talking about Team Vitamin C, as they were called, I believe, at the time.
Is that what they actually were called?
I actually think that's legit. Okay, Lance Storm cut to promo. No, it doesn't. We did not have the promo on here for some reason. We've gone straight to Kurt Angle versus Lance Storm. We may not have booked the promo, Stu. But talk us through what the promo would have been.
Well, the promo before this match would have been a situation with him just talking about everyone looks down on me, everyone looks past me, but tonight I'm going to prove tonight that I'm the best, and I'm the best in that ring, and I'm going against one of the best, so I'm going to prove that I belong there, and and obviously the 77, that's pretty good. I like the idea of it being a situation where it's back and forth. Storm gets in a couple of near falls, make it look like he could beat him tonight, but. We get a bit where he hits he gets one ankle lock, but he gets out of it. But when he locks in the second, but I like the idea, like the old ankle locks when you do the ankle lock, but he puts his legs around his legs around his legs, so it's properly put.
Kurt has to bring the big guns, basically.
Yeah, it's not a simple win. It's he has to hit maybe he's finishing him twice, or he's really got to go out of his way to win this one. Yeah. And I mean. Again, I was really impressed by Lance Storm last week, so I thought I'd put him against Kurt Angle.
He hasn't quite performed the same. I think the Storm Triple H match was better, I think, and Angle and Triple H are obviously on a similar level. So Storm, not quite as good a performance. Still good, but not quite as good as last week. But yeah, that's pretty good. I think you've won this week already, but we haven't got to the main event yet. Right, backstage segment. Post-match segment between these two. It hasn't done well. It has not done well for some reason. Because, as Stone Cold would tell us, Lance Storm is boring. Clearly. You put him in segments, it hasn't worked. He can wrestle.
Well, I've learnt my lesson with that one, haven't I? We've got to try that.
But basically here, Kurt puts Lance Storm over, right?
Yeah, it's pretty much like the kind of thing where after the match, Kurt Angle kind of lifts Lance Storm up, kind of obviously he's been knackered after the match, lifts his hand up saying, this guy's legit, this guy's is one of the best, really puts him over. So that's the kind of segment I was going for. Obviously didn't do well in the scoring, but
that's okay.
Yeah.
Sometimes that happens. Right, the Bashams get a promo. Whoa, hang on a minute. Now remember, show ratings work as an average of all the ratings throughout the show. This 40 may have just thrown everything into the balance.
Maybe
not though. Maybe not.
But to be fair, there's probably a reason why. Well, it's a risk. But I thought tag champions got to be on the show at some point. I've always had them with somebody else, so maybe that was a mistake on my part. But yeah, we learn. But yeah, basically was supposed to be in the ring or backstage, whenever. Basically, them bigging up their actions last week, taking out Dudley's after taking out Dudley's and saying that people underestimate them. With the tag champions, we are the best tag team, and next week we're going to probably spoiling next week is we're still going to have those tag titles. So don't expect new champions next week. So
you're doing a tag championship match next week?
I've kind of spoiled it, but yeah, that's kind of
cool. That's pretty good. Dudley's versus the Bashams for the tag titles next week on SmackDown.
Well, it's.
Yep. Yeah, fair enough. Build to Gail Kim versus Trish in a moment, but just before that,
that's too good. Ironically, it's like not. It was not. Everyone said it was the women, but it wasn't. That destroyed my show. But basically, it's a situation of you've got. I like the. Is obviously we had the battle royal last week, and obviously they are still working together, but they never had that. Gail Kim and Jazz didn't have that conversation about you eliminating me last week, and they kind of have like a back and forth in that sense. But then when they're just getting into it, obviously they get a phone call. When was the last time someone got a phone call on a wrestling show? But
wait, before we go any further, what's the ringtone? Remember, this is 2004, so it wouldn't be a song.
I don't know. I mean, I just feel like if Kim should have the generic Nokia or something, or something like that.
Go on, carry on. Yeah,
I don't know. But anyway, so he gets a phone call. But I like the idea. She's on the phone and kind of like Jazz, like, who is it? But then it's like, but I like the idea that she knows who it is,
right?
But we don't.
Okay.
So and kind of we hear at the end, kind of we'll we'll take her out for you.
Oh, okay.
So it's like, I'm like, okay, so it's like, what does that mean? And obviously, yeah. So I like to kind of tease in that sense.
We'll find out. Gail Kim versus Trish then. 65. Trish has carried that. Wow. Trish Stratus
Good.
has carried that big time with a 71. Gail Kim 42. About a popularity. I thought this could have brought the show down, but you know what? Trish Stratus, well done.
Yeah, I mean, well, it's Trish Stratus was this is the height of Trish Stratus, to be fair.
Yeah.
2 and 3, 4. So but yeah, so basically this was it just set up as you said, like Trish trying to kind of carry Gail Kim, make it look good, make it look great. Yeah, she lost clean, so you can sit there and say, oh, okay, but it's like it's supposed to show that Gail Kim's got something here, but it says a pinfall, but like it ends with a Stratusfaction.
And then but I like it. Trish wins clean, but after the match, well, it didn't quite go Trish's way.
Well, that's all right.
Talk through.
Anyway, so basically it's after this, obviously, no surprise, Jazz comes in, 2-on-1 beat down on Trish. Obviously, maybe they were instructed by someone, we don't know. But then all of a sudden beat it down, then obviously Lita comes in to even the odds, 2-on-2, 2-on-2, that kind of stuff. Just when you thought that the babyface just got the advantage, all of a sudden someone from the crowd, a masked individual, comes from behind, hits both Trish and Lita with the pipe to both of their legs. And I'll keep doing this, but I don't know why. I can imagine the reaction would be like over the top. Then this random masked individual runs back into the crowd, and we end with the babyfaces in pain after being attacked. Obviously,
we know that the random mass individual will end up being Molly Holly, which is why she's in the segment. But my God, you've done well with those segments, to be fair.
Yeah, I mean, we'll find out with the other ones if they've kind of put it down, but yeah, we'll find out.
This is my favourite segment of the whole series we're ever going to do next. Mick Foley, take us away. He's got a 69. This is a joke.
I mean, to be fair, this sounds harsh, but I just thought it'd be really funny because Mick Foley's kind of a comedy anyway. But I like the idea of like Mick Foley's like asking, so what's your plans for the Royal Rumble? And Mick's like, about that. I mean, it's kind of, I like, as much as it looks like a comedy, I like the idea of it, like saying all this craziness that's happened the last couple of weeks, right? Totally forgot that, the Royal Rumble's in 2 weeks. So what is come on the fly, so it makes him sound like he's forgot, but he's good at making precious decisions on the fly. He's going to set up a Royal Rumble lottery next week. So we're going to have mostly all the people who are going to compete in the Royal Rumble will be picked out randomly. So and we'll find out next week who's going to be in the Royal Rumble.
Okay, interesting choice. Mick is Mick. Right, is it main event time? It's main event time. It's Christian versus Eddie Guerrero, who will be taking on Rob Van Dam in the final for the US Championship, which I'm assuming is going to be on the Rumble, right?
Yeah, 100%, yeah. Of course, got to do it.
He's going to the pay-per-view for a shot at the United States Championship. Will it be Latino Heat Eddie Guerrero, or will it be last year on your own Christian? Well, kind of.
I was kind of waiting for you to go, and Christian. I was waiting to do that, but I like the way you haven't done that. But anyway.
You're welcome. The winner.
And maybe controversial, I don't think it is, but some people might. And the winner, Christian, for an 82. Yes, so glad that done well. But yeah, so this. I guess when you thought Eddie, in this match, you thought Eddie Guerrero would win it, but I like the idea of Christian gets the win, but again he gets help from his buddy Chris Jericho, because obviously we know at this point Chris Jericho is very not happy with Eddie Guerrero's comments and beating him in the first week. So gets involved. We have obviously it's a screwy finish at the end. We have the bit with the was it the Christians distracting the ref, and when the ref are distracted, Chris Jericho comes down. This is one of my favourite things when it comes to weapons, the brass knucks, because why not?
I want to call gimmick infringement here. William Regal is on the Raw roster, fuming at this finish. Go on, carry on.
Why not? If you ever listen to my bookings or my podcast with my mate, we've always done the thing. We do love wrestlers that use the brass knucks. I don't know why. It's the only legit finish that, like, if you get hit by the brass knucks, you're out. You're knocked out. So obviously after this, obviously Christian can. Where it's like, okay, what's happening? Christian comes in. Yeah, he could he could just pin him, but if insult to injury hits his, I'm prettier, just to put the so he can sit there and say, I did beat him. Gets the pin, gets the win, and
post-match segment.
Mate, for
The post-match segment was better than the match, which is interesting.
but only by like 2, I guess. But I see what I mean. But yeah, this would be a simple thing of just Eddie Guerrero kind of dazed up, getting up from getting knocked out, kind of looking at Christian and Chris Jericho at the top of the ramp, just celebrating that they got the win, and kind of Jericho smirking and with Eddie really not happy. He's really pissed, as you would be if someone knocked you out with some brass knucks. So yeah, that's the end of the show.
Okay, so it's going to be interesting because my gut feeling says you've won the week still, but I actually think this may be closer than we think, because with the women's stuff, with the Bashams on there, getting a 40, I don't know. I think you're looking late 70s. I still think you're going to win.
I'm not against that, to be fair. I mean,
I don't know. Let's find out. 72 is what we got with Raw for anyone who's keeping track. Smackdown, then, will he make it 3 from 3? What? Whoa. No. Where's that come from?
well, it's probably because I've got, what was it? Did we get like an 80 sign on the opening segment?
So the opening segment has totally just butchered your, not but like it's just swayed your rating there. That's a 97. You take that off the show, I'll be honest, I think you've got a 74.
And again, that'll be fine. I'll probably get that eventually. I think it's just the segments are working out. But to be fair, my main events did do well.
Mate, yeah, it's a good show. Look, it's a good show. It is a good show, and you're managing to move stuff on. 3 from 3. I can't argue against it. I'm a little bit frustrated that basically you've stuck your 2 biggest stars in a segment, and of course it's done well. That's what's happened there.
I love the way you just make it sound like it's. But that's Triple H at the time was big, and
it's the 2 biggest stars on SmackDown. Triple H, Kurt Angle at the start of the series, popularity wise. So that's where that's come from. But I think it's a good show, good matches. I think week 4 I stop the rot. Week 4 I stop the rot.
We'll find out soon enough.
Yeah, it happened again. I don't know what to do to stop him at the moment, I'll be honest. Admittedly, I don't think we've put on an amazing show tonight, but I don't think we've put on a bad show either. I think solidly across the board we're putting on similar ratings, and we just can't hit that next level, which is Triple H Kurt Angle storyline is getting right now. He's running through probably his top storyline straight away is what I would say. We're not, so maybe it will change over time. He gets the Royal Rumble winner, but there's still more to play for. We've got week 4 of the booking to come on Wednesday, 4:30. Don't miss it. And then next week, the Royal Rumble, baby. And yes, all right, he gets a Rumble winner, but we've got some huge matches on the line. We've got the world title on the line, Brock and the Hurricane. We've got the WWE title. No, the WWE title on the line, Brock and the Hurricane. The world title, Triple H and Kurt Angle. We've got a United States Championship tournament final. We've got the brilliant Intercontinental Champion Randy Orton defending against Bradshaw. We've also got the Cruiserweight Champion in action as Rey Mysterio defends against Chavo Guerrero. So it should be very, very interesting. So make sure you are subscribed to the channel, not missing a bit. Like the video. Come on, Team Raw. We've got to get this. I'm still fuming. This is a few days later, and I am still fuming.